What's up, guys? Welcome to Mangoes and Whales. My name is Greg, and in this one, I'm going to be going over the Fire Discipline Challenge, which requires you to get a double kill or better 3 times in a single game, with all of those kills coming from lethals. And there is more than one way to skin this cat, and I'm going to be showing you how I did it, as well as talking about a few other methods that may or may not work quite as well. So here is the class that I used to complete this challenge. As you see, I've got 2 frag grenades as well as 2 concussion grenades, and the scavenger perk so I can just keep chucking those nades as often as possible. However, I was a little bit hasty when I created this class, and I don't know what the fuck primary gunfighter is doing on here, but it really isn't helping me out at all, so I would probably swap that out as well as the hardwired perk, and instead I would throw on the flak jacket and tactical mask perks, and that would probably actually make this class even better. But that was the one I used, so there you go. Alright, so here is the game where I actually got the challenge done, and I'm going to be showing you the entire game, and it is a match of 6v6 Safeguard on the map Nuketown. And for your convenience, I will be providing an indicator of when I actually do manage to get each of my 3 double kills with frags, so that you can keep track of when those actually do happen as the game goes by. And just so you know what to look out for, that'll be in hot pink, and it'll show up right above the kill feed, so you can't miss it. So the way that I got this challenge done was with a few well-placed frags in the game mode Safeguard, and a little luck. But it certainly wasn't the first method that I tried. I started out with C4 in Domination, because that's what Tabor Hill recommended, but I didn't really get close. So then I tried C4 in Ground War, and I liked how enemies clustered up in the Safeguard game mode, but I had a really hard time getting into an ideal map position because of just how many enemies there were to deal with. So then I tried C4 in regular Safeguard, and I still didn't get close. But I found myself wanting something that I could throw out a little bit further towards groups of enemies, as well as something that was just a little bit easier for me to use. And if you've ever equipped 2 C4 on a class in Black Ops 3, you'll probably agree that the controls can get a little confusing, especially when you're in the heat of the moment and you need to come up with a clutch double kill. So that's when I switched to frags and Safeguard, and I actually managed to get it in just my 3rd game. And that's the game you're watching here. But if for whatever reason that method isn't working out so well for you, then one other thing I can recommend at least trying out are the trip mines with shock charges in Safeguard. Now I would like to point out that the hardwired perk completely counteracts the trip mine, but you do only need 1 enemy to trip them up, and they do have a fairly large blast radius, which can be nice for getting double kills. And if you've ever been killed by a trip mine when you are running the hardwired perk, because some idiot teammate of yours runs right past one and gets you blown up in the process, you'll know what I mean. So I want to talk a little bit about enemies using the flak jacket perk, because that is just a big fucking bummer when you're going for this challenge. And I actually got pretty lucky in this game, and I didn't get a single flak jacket indicator the entire game. So if you find that you are playing with too many other people who are using flak jacket, go ahead and leave the lobby and try and find another one, because there are lobbies out there with players who are not using this perk. However, one thing to say about flak jacket, it only saves you from 1 explosion. So if you can manage to hit somebody with a second nade while they are still hurt from the first one, that'll finish them off even if they are using the flak jacket perk. So my strategy then is to chuck both of your frags in quick succession into the same general spot. Or in other words, as soon as you release the first one, start cooking that second frag. And this is a good strategy to use anyway, because you actually don't need to get both kills with 1 frag. As long as you throw one right after the other, you can get 1 kill with each one of those frags, and that'll still count toward the challenge. And you'll actually see that right here. I was able to take advantage of an opportunity to pull a nice little flank maneuver and get behind a couple enemies as they were trying to get the robot out of their base. I threw both my frags, and the first one got 1 kill, and the second one got another, and that definitely counted. So now I want to talk a little bit about trophy systems, because someone actually was running the trophy system on the opposing team in this game. They're not super common, but what you can do if you are dealing with a trophy system is you can start by throwing out your concussion grenades first. And that'll do 2 things for you. First of all, that'll help you spot where the trophy system is, because you'll see a big bright red laser shoot out and zap your concussion grenade into oblivion. And then also that'll help use up some of that trophy system's life, because it can only destroy so many projectiles before it calls it quits. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the map in Nuketown, because personally, I feel like it's a little bit of a double-edged sword when it comes to this challenge. It is a very small map, which means that enemies will be grouping up, which is a good thing. However, it also means that the game will be ending more quickly. And I definitely had to hit the buzzer beater in order to get the challenge done in this game. Overall though, I would say that it is a good map for this, so try to take advantage when you get the map in Nuketown. And finally, you don't have to be a master of nades in order to get this challenge done. You only have to do it one time, and personally, I hardly ever run any kind of lethals or tacticals on any of my regular class setups. And as you see right there, I was actually awarded the 25 kills with frags milestone at the same time that I completed the Fire Discipline challenge. So don't be discouraged if you don't have too much experience with frags before heading into this. I would say just have patience and keep at it, and as long as you stay focused, it will eventually happen for you. So that's going to wrap this one up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that it helped you out, and I will catch you in the next one, guys. See you later.